Hi everyone, my name is Colleen Cleveland and I'm your instructor for month 12. Here's another form that you're going to be filling out. This one's going to be relatively easy this week. As you can see, basically you have your instructions for the title of the work, your name, an address, the year of creation, publication, type of authorship, and everything's lined out pretty easily here as far as this form goes. Some people leave it as untitled. But basically, you're taking one of your ads that you've created for your product and your company and using it and attaching it to this particular form. This is to protect your, basically, to protect your work. So you want to be able to choose one from your campaign. And then, of course, you're going to put the title of it here, the name and address of you. Here you're going to put two-dimensional artwork. You're also going to sign it. And make sure you get all these filled out. And when you get down here, also make sure that you have filled this out with your information as well. One thing about the projects is that when you have an ad, if you don't have an ad, you may want to create one. Basically, it can be any type of ad for it. If the ad itself is not an illustration that you've made, or it's not your own photography, and it's something that you've actually bought, maybe, or taken offline and used, you need to be able to remove that image that is either bought or taken offline, and that might leave just the logo and the tagline. But it is better to get into the practice of making sure that everything is original from what for your project when you fill out one of these types of forms. So if it comes down to just having those things and no image, that is better off. And make sure you include that with your form, so I know what I'm so I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I will question whether or not the illustration or the photography is yours. If it is yours, then feel free to leave it in and keep the ad intact. Anything else, basically, that is not, then make sure you remove it. So this is basically the particular form, and it's very simple. Make sure you do add, or make sure you do add the ad, though. Make sure that when you turn this form in to me, that ad is either separately or you put it into a PDF. Now let's go on to the project. The proposal form is basically you're kind of being a project manager in this. This is kind of how much would it take to be able to make your project book. If you haven't made a project book, at least everything that as far as your ads go, as far as your billboards would go. Here, for example, you want an hourly rate. And this is not necessarily your hourly rate. It could be something that's you could want to do it for maybe $80. You could do it for $25 an hour. But go by the AIGA form.org and see what they have to say as far as what you think would be appropriate for where you live, and how much you should charge as far as an hourly rate. And we're going to assume that this has to do with being a freelancer. So of course you want to be able to put the date up here, put who you, basically your company, and then put who your company is that you are targeting, such as what your campaign is targeted, what company that is. And then we're going to basically pretend what that this is going out to the company. They are going to have a an idea as to how much it's going to cost them to be able to put this thing together, or how much it's going to cost you to be able to put everything together. So here you'd have like the total as far as the concept, the development, the design development, the production, project implementation, and how many months it would actually take to be able to do that. Now we're thinking it's in campaign. We're not thinking like just as in one ad or one banner ad or one billboard or one website. We're thinking like the entire package. And of course, you want to be able to look, say, meetings. Are you going to fly to these meetings, or is your company based in California and you happen to be based in Virginia? So how much is it going to cost in order to be able to? Are you to Skype at these meetings, or are you going to fly out there and meet? And how many times a month are you going to do that? And not all these categories to the left are going to be needed. You may be doing illustration purely, and you're not going to need models and props necessarily. So you might want to look at just illustration there. And other cases, you might need to hire out a photographer to be able to do it. I mean, how much is it going to cost to be able to have the photographer, and how long are you going to be able to have them? Not all of these necessarily have to be filled in. However, if you want to be able to put in something, say, as in flying to Los Angeles. Okay, so flying to Los Angeles, say 500 might not be enough for you. Let's see. Say $1,000, you may want to budget for that. And maybe that's not, I tell you, 2 times a month, maybe that's once a month or 2 times. Let's go with 2 times. Then of course you have your time that's allotted for creation of logo. For this case, it looks like it's done in 2 months. And this is a total example as to what exactly people are looking for. This is not necessarily something that this is something that you will have to go about doing, and it basically gives you an idea as to what exactly you're going to put down. So, like I say, make your own estimations as how much it costs in your region as far as your fee and your hourly rates. And then, of course, just keep go down and see how much exactly it would cost you to be able to do certain things. And if not, you're welcome to take them out as well, just if you want to be able to streamline your stuff as well. So if you don't want to do models and props, you could easily delete that if needed to be. So work the sheet as much as you need to. But basically I want you to try to get an estimation as a freelancer or having your own design firm as to what exactly it would cost to be able to do all this. So if you do have any questions, you feel free to email me at ccleveland@fullsail.com, or iChat me, or welcome to go to my GoToMeetings. More than happy to explain those there. All right, well, you guys have a wonderful day. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know.